Hi guys, my name is Mika. One of my passions other than video games and cooking, it's D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. Duh. Ever since I discovered this game, I fell in love with it. Even video games changed compared to it. I mean, Skyrim is awesome, but the freedom you get while you're playing at D&D sessions, that's something totally entirely different. And what's fun is that if you want to play, you just need a pencil like this one, IKEA, thank you, a piece of paper you can print everywhere, and a rulebook, a manual like this one. You're not forced to have it, you can borrow one from your friends, but it really helps to have the basic one. So to give you an example, imagine we're in a fantasy world like, I don't know, something like Game of Thrones, okay? Now, when you play D&D, you are the character you are playing, you are in it, you are in Game of Thrones, for example. The manual and the master, they give you the path and your limits into what you're gonna do, but essentially everything you do or say from that point on is your character doing or saying it. And you're free to do whatever you want, from killing a dragon to rescue a princess, if you're able to, or just drinking at the bar and watching your friends getting slaughtered by said dragon. To that, add tons of hours of acting, because you gotta become your character, as I said, so you're forced to act like your character. Now, when I say act in D&D, I mean role-playing / rolling. For example, I'm using my character, which is called Tabern, and so Mick becomes Tabern. From that point on, I'm not supposed to think like Mick, I'm supposed to think like Tabern. If your character is a douche mage, you gotta act like a douche mage, even if in real life you're not a douchey person. Does that make sense? It's like acting, it's not like I'm gonna become this character. If the D&D subject is confusing for you, I'm gonna leave you a couple links down below, like you can watch the community episode of D&D, that's really good. On the Big Bang Theory they play D&D sometimes, but it's different. I recommend community ones because it's more faithful. So let's talk a little bit about my experience, how I started. I started because I kept watching the community stuff, the Big Bang Theory stuff, videos of it, of people playing it and really enjoying it. And I was like, okay, let's figure this out. I kept watching on the internet and I got even more confused. I bought a manual, a rule book, and I got even more confused. Then one day I found in a games academy in town 5 people who played it, and I just simply asked them if I could join, and after a couple weeks they told me, okay, you can join. And not only had tons of fun, I had even 5 new friends, which is even better. They helped me settling up stuff, they helped me to learn how to create a character and the concept of acting like your character. Even though I knew it was essentially like acting, there are a couple things you might forget. For example, that you're not supposed to know what you know, because you are that character. So if you hear someone talking but your character doesn't, you're not supposed to know those stuff. Otherwise that's called going meta, and it sucks, it ruins the game and the mood. And after a couple weeks, Tabern Ungart the 10th was born, which was my Dwarf Warrior character. He was using 2 axes, and it was kinda like me. It was kinda like my personality, just a little bit more heroic, because it was trying hard to become a really powerful warrior. And also I wanted to go away from the stereotype of dwarves are douchey, dwarves hate elves and all that kind of stuff. It was just a gal, just a dude who happened to be a dwarf. And the spoiler, in the end he died, but that's another story. That might happen sometimes. And when your first character dies, you really feel it. It's like you die, because I created my character really similar to myself, because it helps. The first character, it really helps if you create it like yourself, because it's better to act with. But he spent a decent long life, and I could tell you about what happened to him. There are a lot of fun stuff that happened. But for now I'm gonna leave you with this, because that's pretty much what I had to tell you today. I'm looking forward to create a series of vlogs in which I talk about D&D, because it's one of my favorite stuff ever. I could give you some advice, I could give you a couple of hints, or just tell you some of my experience with it. In the meanwhile, thanks for watching, leave a like and subscribe if you like this video, and if you want more, and as always, have a nice day and ciao!